Welcome to the Tales of Africa podcast with your host Richmond Setrana. I am here today with a young Ghanaian lady called Gertrude Osei Mensah, who is here to attempt the longest baking marathon for an individual. She wants to bake on a very long stretch of 120 hours, and she's here to tell us all about it. So, Gertrude, it's an honor to have you on the Tales of Africa podcast.
Thank you for having me, sir.
You're welcome. So, before we delve into the program proper, our listeners or our viewers will want to know a little bit about you, maybe your background, your family, and what you do.
Okay, so my name is Chef Gertrude. I'm a baker by profession, and I have been in the baking industry for 8 years now.
Okay.
Yes.
That's a very long time. You've been baking for 8 years straight.
Yes.
So why did you decide to embark on a baking marathon? So I know since last year, Hilda Basi embarked on a cooking marathon, a cookathon. And then since then, it seems as if it's now the new craze. Everybody wants to embark on one challenge or another. So we would like to hear from you why you decided to embark on a bake-a-thon. Is it because it's the new craze in town, or do you have maybe a special reason why you decided to do it?
Oh, no, not really. But I saw it as an international platform. The Guinness World Records platform is a very large one, which I think I can, or I wish to represent Ghana in showing my baking crafts. Yes. So that is why I decided to do this. And also, it will be an honor to be honored or to be recognized as the world's longest baker.
Okay.
Yes, a Ghanaian.
Okay.
Yeah, for that matter.
All right. So when did you put in the application for the Guinness World Records, and when did you hear from them?
Okay, so I applied somewhere around January 7th, January 8th, and then I was accepted around 22nd January.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Around 22nd.
So you've had about 5 months to prepare.
Yes.
That's really great. So
yes.
I'm sure some people want to know, how is the process like applying to take on an attempt at a Guinness World Records? Because maybe someone is watching and they also want to attempt one thing or another, but probably they don't know where to start from. So can you give us like a practical steps on how to apply?
Okay, so you log on to their portal. That's the Guinness World Records portal.
Okay.
And then there's a link below where it tells you if you want to apply, you just click on application, and then it will take you to another page or another platform. So that's where you fill your details, what you really want to do. You fill it and then you submit it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So since then, how has it been like how has preparations gone into the bake-a-thon since January up until now? I mean, today is Wednesday, and the bake-a-thon is on 3rd June, which is just this coming Monday. You have less than 1 week. You have about 5 days, give or take. So how would you say preparations have been like since January up until now?
Well, it hasn't been easy, but we've stayed positive right from the day we decided to do this. We've not rested. We are trying our best. We've tried our best to put in our best. Yes. So so far so good. Preparations. It's even still ongoing. We are still preparing, even as we just have to start on Monday. Yes, we are still putting one or two things together. Yes, for that great day.
And I know your husband is a chef. So is he the one who will be assisting you on the day of the marathon?
Well, no. No. I have a different sauce chef who will be coming around to assist me whilst I work. Yes.
Okay, so so your husband will be there to give you more of moral support.
Yes.
Probably oversee the whole marathon and make sure that it's going according to plans. So I think during our private conversations, you mentioned that so far, like the majority of the support that you have received has been from a hospital. Can you tell us about that?
So Mother of God Hospital. They are located at Ashaiman, Lebanon. They've been of great help. I think myself and my assistant, we had a free screening. We were screened almost every part of our body. We had a free medical screening, and I want to use this medium to appreciate them and tell them we are very, very, very grateful. The Baking Marathon team are very grateful for their support so far.
And apart from them, have you received any other support from any individual or any organization?
Yes, I've received support from individuals, but not any organization yet. But for individual support, yes, 1 or 2 people have been coming in, supporting with at least the little they can.
They can. So these are like primarily from like maybe friends and family.
Yes.
That kind of
thing.
thing.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So right now, what kind of help do you need from Ghanaians?
I need financial support.
Okay.
Yes, because a lot goes into this.
Yeah.
Everything is money. We needed to create a kitchen for ourselves, so you can imagine the amount that has to go into it and all that. So I think we need financial support.
Okay.
Yes, and also I also need the beverage companies, at least to support us with or sponsor us with their non-alcoholic beverages, because we are going to feed people. We are feeding orphanages and then people on the streets. So at least something to go along with the baked products or baked items. Yes. So I think.
Okay. And I also add that she also needs support from the media. She needs publicity from journalists, from bloggers, from media stations, right?
Yes. Please.
So all the support. I mean, if we give her that publicity that she needs, it's also ginger her and give her all the motivation that she needs to be able to go the extra mile. And I think you also mentioned to me that so far it's only, is it Daily Graphic?
Yes.
That has written about what you want to do.
Yes. So
can you tell us about that?
Okay, so Daily Graphic. We spoke to one Mr. Benjamin Glover who decided to publish our article.
Okay.
Yes. So I think he also supported us in that regard. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I remember you also told me about how a newspaper here in Ghana has written about you. Can you tell us about that?
Okay. So one Mr. Samuel Adano introduced us to one Mr. Ben Glover.
Okay.
So he decided to at least his little support, at least publish our event or our attempt. Yes.
In which newspaper?
Graphic Online.
Graphic Online.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's great. That's really great. So now let's talk about the baking itself. So can you tell us a little bit about the bake-a-thon, like the activity, the baking activity itself? What kind of delicacies are you allowed to bake and what are you not allowed to do?
Okay, so in my guidelines, I was told to bake items which are strictly or which are basically flour-based products.
Okay.
Yes, nothing else but flour-based products.
Okay.
So aside flour-based, I'm not baking anything.
Okay, you can't fry. You can't.
No. Strictly baking.
Okay. Can you give us examples of things that you?
Okay, so we'll be baking gingerbread, bread rolls, banana bread, turnovers, fish turnover, meat turnover. We'll be baking chocolate rolls, quiche Lorraine, pizza, a lot more, cookies, biscuits, scones, shortbread. Yes,
that's a lot.
Yes, about 20 dishes.
About 20 dishes.
Yes.
I think, yes, you mentioned to me that you're supposed to bake 20 different dishes.
Yes.
So when you submit your evidence,
yes. So when you are given the guidelines, you are told to submit the item of food you want to prepare or you want to bake.
Okay.
So I submitted mine, and then you submit it for pre-approval. They go through and see if what you were asked, as in being it's flour-based products, you adhere to what they asked you. So they will go through it and then give you the approval.
Okay.
Yes, so you submit it for pre-approval before your attempt.
Okay. And you said you wanted to bake 20 different delicacies.
Yes.
So does that mean that if it falls short of the 20, you are disqualified?
Yeah. Anything out of the 20, you are disqualified.
Okay.
Yes.
And can you repeat the delicacies? If you bake, let's say, donuts in the morning, can you also bake it in the evening?
Yes.
Or if you bake it on the first day, can you also bake it on the second day?
You can bake it anytime.
Okay.
Anytime at all. Theirs is for you to bake the 20 dishes you've submitted to them.
Okay.
Yes. So it doesn't follow any particular order.
Okay.
You can bake as and when you want to bake. But at the end of the day, in your evidence, they should find the 20 dishes as part of your evidence.
All right.
Yes.
I'm sure there's a question most people want to hear, especially Ghanaians who want to troop in to come and support you. So the delicacies that you'll be baking, right? What's the plan? What's Guinness World Record saying? Are you supposed to give them out? Are you supposed to sell them? Or what do you intend to do?
The Guinness World Records will give you an option. So I was given 3 options.
Okay.
Whether to sell them out or donate them. Or I think the other one, I'm a bit, but we decided to donate it.
Okay.
We decided to give it out. So some of the big items will be sent to the orphanages and people living on in the streets, and also people who will be here present to cheer me up.
Okay.
Yes, we are going to serve, and everyone who will come around to support will have a taste of what we will bake on that day.
Okay. So you said you want to give you want to donate a large chunk of the items that you bake out. So how is that going to happen since you'll be here for 5 days? So when you bake, is it your team that's going to donate them, or are you going to just pack them down till after the challenge before you donate them? And how is that going to be like?
Okay, so if we are to wait for the 5 days before we give them out, some of the food will go bad.
Okay.
So what we've decided to do together with my team is that when I bake for 4 hours and I go for break, I think my team can take what we've baked so far out for donate to the public. Yes, as promised. So we are going to either share it at the end of every 4 hours, as in every 4 working hours, or we will make it 8 hours. But as and when I bake, those cheering me up outside, we will serve them at every point in time. I have to serve them. So that is what basically we are going to do.
I've heard in some spaces where people talk about how a lot of people that were disqualified from the Guinness World Records was because they got distracted during their challenge. And that's mostly because when they were embarking on their challenge, we had celebrities, public figures, influential people coming around. And so they had to stop what they were doing to attend to these public figures, right? So I don't know, what kind of arrangements do you have for that, for people who want to come around, influential people who want to come around? What kind of arrangement do you have for that?
Okay, so as for that one, I don't really have a proof, but what I know now is the 2 people who were disqualified. Okay. I think it was the press statement that came out was something that has to do with the break.
Okay.
So people coming around, as for that one, I don't really know.
Okay.
But we are planning to, if anyone wants to see me, I think it will be during my break time, yes. But inside the kitchen, no one comes there.
Okay.
Whilst I work. Okay. Because the instruction is that you do not stop working. You work at every point in time. So you keep baking. Whilst there's something in the oven, another thing is being prepared. So when a baked item is out of the oven, another thing enters. So I'm baking or I'm working at every point in time. So I think I wouldn't say I won't meet anybody or I won't welcome anyone, but I think I'll be doing that during my break periods.
Okay.
Yeah.
So even when the president comes around and it's not your break time, they have to wait behind the glass door.
For us to achieve what we want to do, I would like to plead that they should bear with me. It's not intentional. It is the rules that comes with the attempt. So I need to adhere so that at the end of the day, we can be given or we can be recognized as a record holder.
Guinness World Records told you, they made it categorically clear that they want you to bake. They don't want you to concentrate on garnishing.
No.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, so my main work, you see, I applied as the longest baking marathon.
Yeah.
It is the longest baking and decorating marathon. So their interest is for me to bake, strictly baking, no garnishing, nothing. I was told in my guidelines that I do not need to garnish anything. No, I should bake. That is what I applied for. So I am baking throughout.
Okay.
Yes, no time for garnishing. If you see us garnishing, probably my sauce chef will be doing that. But my duty is not to garnish anything.
Okay.
In
So
the
maybe look in
space.
the camera, tell Ghanaians one or two things concerning that, so that people don't come with some high and lofty expectations and then.
Okay, so Ghanaians, my guidelines is stated clearly that I am to bake at every point in time. My work is to bake. Garnishing or decorating is not my work. I need not to do that. Is not what they need from me. What they need from me is to see me bake, because that's what I applied for. So if you see any baked products not being decorated or something, please bear with me. It is not my fault. I have to adhere to what I was given, so that at the end of the day, the intentions and motive which we applied for will be met. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. So let me ask this question once again. I know you've answered, but I want to ask it again. I wanted to reiterate it. So what kind of support really are you looking from? What kind of support do you want from Ghanaians, or do you want Ghanaians and probably the whole of Africa to give you? Because remember, Hilda Bassi's own, probably the first of its kind, the support was massive from every corner of the world. People were supporting her, people were engaging her. And I mean, are you also looking at that same level of support, or what kind of support do you want Ghanaians to give you?
My dear, you see, the support is very, very important. Anything that doesn't have a support system does not really hold.
Yeah.
So as for support, it is very, very important. If we can do this and do it successfully, I think support is key. So I need the support of Ghanaians, be it financial support. If you have products you want to donate, if you want to help with your time, anything at all you want to help or sponsor me with, please, our arms are widely open. We will receive it with all excitement. So please, our doors are open for sponsorship. Anything at all you want to sponsor us with, we are ready. And also the media, please, with the publicity, please help me. Otherwise, it won't go anywhere. But please, if you are to come together and support me in this, I think Ghana will go for, not Gertrude alone, but Ghana will also go far. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So now, what are your plans after you are confirmed the Guinness World Records holder? I mean, is that just for self-fulfillment? Because I know for most people, they want to leverage on this experience to do something meaningful, something worthwhile. Maybe probably set up some foundations and do something that will benefit other people. So what plans do you have in place?
Okay, so what I plan doing, or the vision is that after the baking marathon, I want to train people or women, or let me say girls, who genuinely need help, who want to learn a skill, but they don't have the means to.
Okay.
I want to train them for free.
Okay.
I would want to train them. And probably, hopefully, we want to go everywhere in Ghana to do that.
Amazing.
We are believing God for that and the resource to do that. So that is one thing we want to do. We will see if we can join hands with the government to train people or women who are willing but serious to learn something. But mine, I was saying, especially in Tema and Ashaiman, there's this desire to train people for free.
Okay.
But you see, I will need help to also do that.
All right. Okay. So my last question for you today is, so where exactly is the bake-a-thon going to be held in Ghana?
Okay, thank you so much. So this is happening at Tema Community 1, behind the old Meridian Hotel. We are just few steps away from the Tigo office. So when you get to the Tigo office, we are just few steps away. When you are even in front of the Tigo office, you just see the event happening. Yes.
Okay. And what time are you starting on 3rd June?
Okay, so on 3rd June, we are starting 6 o'clock on the dot, early in the morning.
In the morning.
Yes.
All right. Any last words, and then we can end.
All I want to say is that if you have any special skill, please, the Guinness World Record platform is an international platform. You don't need to pay anything to go on or to showcase what you have. So please do not let anyone discourage you. If you think you have a skill or you can do something very special, you see, it's not about marathon. But even if it's a second something or a minute, you can do something very extraordinary. Please come out and do it. Don't listen to anybody. And I would like to plead with Ghanaians that if anyone comes out with any attempt at all, please, let's give our all. Let's support the person wholeheartedly. We might not know where this thing is taking us, as even as Ghanaians, we might not know. So please, we should support our own. This is the time to show love. We should support our own. And also, I'll touch on the sponsorship again. If you want to sponsor us with anything at all, anything you want to sponsor us with, please, our arms are widely open. Financial sponsorship, products, drinks, water, rice, whatever thing you want to support us with, please, we are ready to receive it wholeheartedly.
All right, thank you, Gertrude. This has been an amazing session, and I'm sure our viewers are really blessed by the things that we shared. So as she rightly said, she wants us to rally behind her and support her, and then she can bring glory to Ghana and Africa at large. This has been a Tales of Africa podcast. We'll catch you another time. Bye-bye.